World of Wells. Shorter clips.
Clean water. Clean water is one of the most powerful forces at work on our planet. The currents of humanity flow along with this water, for better or worse. For in all time, we are tied together. The influence of this on our existence is undeniable. Not only does it factor in our everyday actions, but also deep within our consciousness, a part of our very soul. Right now, we are taking a journey. We're going to travel across the ages and explore the way humanity has come to terms with our relationship to the water we so desperately require. We begin with the ancient peoples of North America and their legend of a fountain of youth. Of all the magical properties bestowed upon ancient wells, the ability to restore a person's youth is possibly most common across the globe. Legends and stories of these magical fountains have caused many an explorer and adventurer to brave the unknown in search of their lost youth. In St. Augustine, Florida, far south of my home here in Savannah, Georgia, a great explorer named Ponce de Leon began such an adventure.
Ponce de Leon was a conquistador that first came to America in 1493 with the second voyage of Christopher Columbus. In 1508, on orders from the King of Spain, he explored and colonized the island he renamed Puerto Rico. In all of his long years exploring and colonizing, he heard the Indians speak of a legendary, magical spring whose water was believed to make older people young again. Undoubtedly, as a child, he would have heard similar tales of magical springs in his homeland, Spain. So convinced of the possibilities, he financed his own expedition to find the Fountain of Youth. Ponce de Leon explored many areas, including the Bahamas, in search of the mythical fountain. Some postulate that he never was actually seeking the fountain, but instead was obsessed with finding treasure and conquering ever more land for the Spanish crown. Whatever his motive, in 1513, his ships landed on Florida's east coast near present-day St. Augustine. He claimed the area for Spain and named it La Florida. He continued exploring, making his way down through the Florida Keys and up the western coast. In 1514, he would return to Spain and be named a captain general by the king. His last expedition in 1521 was met by Native American warriors who wounded many of his 200 men, including Ponce de Leon himself. He died later that year from his wounds.
I'm in St. Augustine, Florida, to visit the site of the Fountain of Youth, discovered by Ponce de Leon in 1513. The Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park sits right at the epicenter of St. Augustine's historic attractions and claims to be the oldest theme park in America. Upon entering, you find a display of historic photographs that immediately grab my attention. As you enter the gardens, you really start to see the magic of this place. A collection of fountains dedicated to the theme of the park invoke another time of discovery and frontiers. Are one of these the Fountain of Youth? Can you tell me where the Fountain of Bourbon is? Hello? Nope. No Fountain of Youth in here either. Social media enthusiasts are treated to a photo op I just couldn't pass up. My rap name is P. Dilly. A reenactment area helps you to understand the cultures that existed here centuries before the Spanish conquest. Friendly staff provided more detailed accounts of history here and made us feel welcome to enjoy the park during our visit. We finally reached our ultimate destination, the elusive Fountain of Youth. As you approach the fountain itself, you encounter colorful dioramas that help to illustrate pre-Columbian culture and the arrival of conquistadors. A display dedicated to the Floridan aquifer explains the source of the fountain. The Floridan aquifer is one of the most productive aquifers in the world of wells. Arriving at the Fountain of Youth itself, I take a drink and put this legend to the test. Let's see what happens. I'm going to taste some water from the Fountain of Youth. So let's see if it works. Well, that didn't last very long. It was a nice try, though. Actually, you can enjoy this water as often as you like. They sell souvenir bottles of spring water in the gift shop. I bought 2. We didn't have very much luck staying young after drinking from the Fountain of Youth. But maybe we'll have better luck turning water into wine. I think one of my favorite parts about the Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park was the Discovery Globe. A 2-story realistic 3D globe of the Earth. It is so rare that we get to see the Earth in the actual 3 dimensions, and you get the perspective of what the continents and the immensity of the water on the planet is. 71% of the globe is water. 96% of that is salt water. Only 1% of the water on Earth is fresh water. And you get to see that at the Discovery Globe. The story of Establishing this park is amazing in itself. You can learn a lot more by visiting their website, www.fountainofyouthflorida.com. We have established that Ponce de Leon didn't really discover a fountain of youth. What he did discover was Florida, an amazing part of the world that eventually became the United States of America.
Ponce de Leon is not alone in history as a seeker of the magical fountain. Stories are told of Alexander the Great questing for the fountain of youth. And ancient historian Herodotus wrote in the 5th century BC of a fountain in a small kingdom on the Horn of Africa which gave the people of the region exceptionally long lifespans. Hera, the ancient queen of Mount Olympus, was said to return to the well at Kanathos every year to renew her youthful status of virgin. The Greeks may have been influenced by Persian stories of the fountain, and even in distant Japan, the fountain held great renown in the mythos of the Far East. The purity of water and the purity of youth seem linked across the planet in the timeless stories of ancient lore.